Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Fix Morning Show. I'm Tony T with here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving out live free picks for today's card. And on today's show, we'll have picks right here from college football, 5 conference playoffs for you here today. Also picks from the NBA 7-game card. We also have college basketball, NHL. Maybe we'll get some 5 picks here from Alessandro. So guys, make sure you hit that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps us build up our audience when you do that. So let's meet the cappers and get right to the picks as we don't mess around here on the Tony Six Morning Show. Let's do it. El Ninos, what's happening?
Yeah, they're doing all right. Coming off a pretty good day in the NBA. Unfortunately, hockey didn't work out as we planned, but I'll take that winning day overall and try to keep it rolling.
Let's keep it rolling. Indeed, Alessandro, what's going on?
Nothing much. Pretty good day. 7-3 day for me. Opened up a little bit of volume, and there'll be more here. Big weekend here ahead of us.
Yeah, no doubt. A big weekend of action here. Conference playoffs here in college football. So it's an exciting time. So let's get to the games here. 5 here in this slate. So let's get right to it here from college football. And we'll get it started here with BYU and Texas Tech. Of course, this will be in a dome. We got neutral sites in all 5 here in this one. Texas Tech going to be about 12 and a half, total 49. We've got Western Michigan and Miami O at Ford Field. This one we got Western Michigan here, about 1.5, 2, total 43. Georgia and Alabama. This one in Mercedes Bowl, not too far from where I'm at right now. Georgia here laying 2, total 48. Indiana, Ohio State, Indianapolis will be the one here. And with the Colts play, Ohio State 4. We're seeing a 3.5 pop up in some places, total 647. And Duke and Virginia being played outdoors in Charlotte, where the Titans play. Virginia here 4, total 57.5. We get started here with El Ninos.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at this BYU Texas Tech game. We got both teams coming in at 7-5 the under. Texas Tech is coming in at 7-5 the under. BYU 500 on their totals, but I'm expecting a lower scoring defensive battle in this championship game. I'm taking the under there. Georgia, Alabama, we got 2 teams that are 7-5 to the under. And again, we've mentioned how Georgia's defense isn't the same, but they've still been pretty good this season. And as explosive as this Ty Simpson-led offense is for Alabama, with all the weapons he has there, I still think both teams try to slow it down, and I think the defenses step up again. So I'll take the under in this one as well. And, Ohio State, Indiana should be a great one. Indiana's having a great season. But I still give the edge there to Ohio State. Again, rather than lay the extra points there with Ohio State, I'll just take them in the first half. And actually, this number has gone down last time I checked. What was it at now? Okay, -4 for Ohio State. And yeah, you're getting plus money on your -3s now. Should get some -2.5. I'm expecting on Ohio State in the first half, so that's where I'll be.
There we go. Here from Al Ninos on over to Vegas L.
All right, so this Miami, Ohio, Western Michigan game. I'm going to go here, new kids on the block. Western Michigan here gets the MAC championship. Just don't like what Miami, Ohio's had to deal with here with the quarterback situation now. Godikowski now has come in, looked pretty good. I can't trust him here. Don't get me wrong, Western Michigan lost head-to-head last time out. But that was when Finn was in at quarterback. He decides to leave now. I think that's just a big deal for this Miami, Ohio program who's dominated this conference. I think Western Michigan shows up ready to play here in this one and gets themselves that conference title. So I like Western Michigan. There's another one here. The Georgia-Alabama game, obviously the big-time one. At the end of the day, I think it's Roll Tide. It's hard to beat a team twice. Don't get me wrong. I just think this isn't the same Georgia team. I don't know. It's just Kirby Smart, big game play calling, still in question always, and just not in love with the Georgia defense this year. So give me Bama there. At this point with the +2, I would just go +105 money line. You could have gotten the 3 and the 2.5s, all that. This line's moved. Public seems to be on Bama, but I'm with them. And then Indiana, Ohio, Public seems to be all over Indiana here. I mean, in Lucas Oil Stadium, this one, expecting plenty of Ohio State fans still to travel, though. At the end of the day, -4 seems kind of cheap. The last time these two teams played, it was a big-time blowout. I mean, I get Will Howard was the quarterback back then, but Julian Sayin has done nothing but get himself in the Heisman talk this year, and plenty of weapons around him. I trust Ryan Day a lot more than a Kirk Cignetti in this big-time game. Give me Ohio State here. And then just real quick, that final game, Duke and Virginia, give me the points with Duke. That should be, Duke's kind of, nothing to lose in that game. They're probably not getting picked in the committee, by the committee here. I just think Mensa and that offense in a shootout type game, I'll take the +4.
There we go here from Vegas. Al, I'll tell you what I think here about these games. Miami and Western Michigan here. I'm going to be looking here at go ahead and lay it here with Western Michigan. This is a team, the Red Hawks won their only meeting at home here. That was good defensive performance. Western Michigan really bounced back from that loss with 4 straight wins. They won 8 of 9 down the stretch. It was really good defensive play. We've seen the Red Hawks struggle on the ground down the stretch. They've struggled with quarterback accuracy against the conference. And WMU, they can run the football almost 5 yards a carry, so I'll go ahead and take Western Michigan there. I can only look at Texas Tech. They've just been blowing out teams in the conference until someone can play them close. Now, I won't say someone. That's with Baron Morton in the lineup, right? Because they did drop a game to Arizona State, but the quarterback was hurt. With Morton in the lineup, they've been pretty much dominant here in this conference. Of course, BYU did drop their first meeting 29-8 on the road. With the head coach, Taki here, they were back and forth with Penn State. Maybe that may be a little bit of a distraction here with Sataki trying to negotiate maybe a trip to Penn State. But anyway, Red Raiders have won and covered all 10 games with Baron Morton at quarterback. BYU has struggled on the ground in 4 of their final 5 games. I'll lay it with Texas. Georgia, Alabama. Boy, this is a great game here, but I'm going to go ahead and look at Georgia here and lay in the points. Look at Alabama. Really struggled to run the football this year, and they gave up 411 yards to Auburn last week. I'll look here at this Georgia team, and of course, their run defense has been outstanding in all 12 games. This Georgia Bulldogs team ran effectively last week. I'll take them in this spot. And looking at Duke and Virginia, kind of a tricky game here. This is a huge game for the conference. I just have to think that all 50-50 calls are going to go to Virginia's side. Remember, who's refereeing these games? ACC officials. If Duke loses this, if Duke wins this game, there's no ACC representative. A lot of loss of money here for the ACC, and maybe some of these referees may not get renewed contracts. Hey, I hate to sound this way, but it's big money in these sports, and it's a lot of money on the line for the ACC. Give me the ACC -3.5. That I mean ACC. That's Virginia. Give me the ACC. All hands here on deck to make sure Virginia wins this game. I know we got to cover them, but we don't want it. We don't want the game to be in doubt. We don't want any sweat. You'll see a lot of holding calls, referees missing calls on purpose, looking the other way. We know how this plays out. We know how this plays out. All right, Indiana and Ohio State here. I'll lay it with Ohio State. I don't like to go over last year's numbers, but last year Ohio State did have a commanding win against the Hoosiers, but it's a different quarterback, obviously. But Indiana does have that notable win at Oregon. Great defense against the run and pass there. But Ohio State against the Big Ten won all games by 18 or greater points. I just can't go against. I tried going against them as big favorites. It hasn't worked. So I'm going to just go ahead and lay it there with Ohio State here to get it done. We did have close wins for Indiana at Iowa and against Penn State by 3. So we had some close calls there. We didn't have any close calls with Ohio State here in conference play. So I'm gonna write that. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we turn our attention to this NBA card. And my goodness, thank goodness we have a good. Thank goodness we have day to night college basketball and college football, because this is one ugly NBA card today. I can tell you that right now. Looking at some of these lines, the matchups don't look bad, but I can tell you right now, but to some of the teams, the way they've been playing has been very disappointing for many of these teams this year to start the season. Already guys want to trade, already tank talks. It's the NBA. All right, we'll get started here. We'll do on these 7 games, we'll do blocks of 4 and 3. We'll start with Pelicans and Nets. We see the Nets here laying 3.5, total 227. Hawks and Wizards. Hawks on the road 9, total sits 234.5. Warriors at Cavaliers. It's the Cavs 7.5, total 228.5. Bucks and Pistons here. We got the Pistons laying 12.5, total 225. We'll take a look at some of the injury news here in some of these games here. Pelicans and Nets, we got Jones, Murray, Poole, and Zion out for New Orleans. Missy questionable. Highsmith and Thomas are out for Brooklyn with Clowney probable. We go over to the Hawks and the Wizards. It's Dante out for Atlanta with Toppin and Young doubtful. Well, Young is upgraded from out to doubtful, so that means we may see him pretty soon. I believe it was an ankle injury. Cooper Coulibaly out for Washington with Middleton, Vucevic, and Whitmer questionable. And then we go to the game between the Warriors and the Cavs. And in this one, it's an ugly-looking injury report here. Curry, Horford, and Tui are out for Golden State. Butler, Curry, Green, Melton are questionable. Allen, Merrill, Nance, and Strus out for Cleveland, with Garland and Proctor being questionable in that one. And then we go to the Detroit game here with Milwaukee. And in this one, we've got Giannis, Prince out for Milwaukee. Of course, so Giannis out for a few weeks with that calf injury. Green is questionable. Clinton is doubtful for Detroit with Sasser questionable. So we get to start here with El Ninos.
Yeah, as you said, it's a pretty ugly card. As you mentioned, a lot of question marks, some back-to-back situations. Tricky day in the NBA for sure. Look at this Warriors Cavs game real quick. Obviously, a couple pretty big injuries there for the Warriors, and I think that's what it comes down to. And the way I'm looking at it right now is if either Butler or Curry play, I'll take the points with the Warriors there and that rest advantage. If both of those guys are out, I'll just take the Cavs to win both halves. Other than that, really not too much. Not too much on these games. Again, I guess you can make a case for the Hawks to win both halves. They've been playing the much better basketball, but as far as the spread's concerned, I'm definitely leaning towards the Wizards there with the points.
Yeah, from El Ninos on over to Vegas, Al.
For that first game here, Pelicans and the Nets, I'm looking at the ladder here. Michael Porter, I would like to get the plus 200 at 30 points. You're really only getting plus 150. 40 points for Michael Porter is at 12-1. 35 is 3. I don't know about. I think the value there is on the 40 points at 12-1. Just at the book I'm looking at. So that's something I'm looking at here in that game. A prop fest. That one could be an over 227. Feels light in Nets and Pelicans. Bunch of young guys go out there and run, shoot some threes. Michael Porter, one of the older guys on the court, and he's still fairly young himself, but he's going to jack some shots up. That one should be a fun one if you just like seeing tons of offense. But yeah, the Hawks, Wizards, just zero interest in laying anything with the Hawks. A team that, kind of cashed me out there last night. Just no interest in really betting this game, not even at the total. Total's a little high. This might be a defensive game suddenly, 235. Just no interest in that. I do kind of like the Bucks. Obviously, no Giannis. It just seems like plenty of value their way. Ryan Rolland props, Bobby Portis props off the bench. Obviously, Kuzma and Miles Turner. I think they're loaded in this front court still. Yeah, I think they can compete with the Pistons here. Plus 12.5 seems a little too much. And then Warriors, Cavaliers, ugly game. I'm going to the Evan Mobley double-double props. I don't know here. Let me see the double-double prop on him. I got it right here. It's 125, about the same price it was last night. So I'll just go right back to that.
Here we go here from Alessandro. Tell me what I think of here about these games here. The first four from our blocks of two in the Nets and Pelicans. In this one here, I know the Pelicans have an ugly record. I can only look at them here at this plus price. They've been the more competitive team. You look at the Nets, they've lost 5 of 7. The Pelicans, 4 straight covers, 8 in their past 10. I know they've been dogs, probably big dogs in some of these games here. Brooklyn here shooting just 43% over the past 2 weeks. I'll look at the Pelicans in this spot. Hawks and Wizards, another ugly one here. It is back-to-back for the Hawks, who've lost 3 straight. Wizards come in with the rest advantage. It's also 3 games in 4 nights for the Hawks, who had a wild game here in Atlanta last night against the Denver Nuggets. We look at Atlanta over the past 2 weeks, giving up 48% shooting, 118 points a game. I can only take the points here with the Wizards. Warriors and Cavs, an ugly one here. The Cavs have not been a good covered team, as we know. It is back-to-back for the Cavs, 3 games in 4 nights. We have rest advantage here for the Warriors. A few of these games where some of these dogs have rest advantage. In this spot. So I'll look at the dog here. Look over the past 2 weeks. At least the Warriors are defending. Cleveland hit just 34% from 3 over the past 2 weeks. So I'll look here at the Golden State and the points there. Milwaukee and Detroit. This one, another big line in this one. In this game, both teams back-to-backs, 3 games and 4 nights for both teams. But the Pistons have failed to cover 6 of 7 with issues shooting the basketball and turning the ball over. Milwaukee has shown some flashes of defense in recent games, so I can only look here at Milwaukee here at plus the 12.5. All right, let's continue here on the Tony S'more Show. We'll continue on here with the NBA as we'll go through the final 3 games here on the board. We've got here the Kings and the Heat. We got Miami laying 8.5 here, total 239.5. Clippers and T-Wolves, it's Minnesota 10. There's a 10.5 out there, total 228. And then we go Rockets and the Dallas Mavericks. It is the Rockets 8.5, total 225. Look at the injuries in these games here. Sabonis and Schroeder continue to be out for Sacramento. Rozier out for Hero. Rozier is out with Hero, doubtful for Miami. And then we move on over to the Clippers and Timberwolves. For the Clippers, of course, Jones and Paul are out for LA. Paul can't be cut until, I forgot, sometime, I think, next year, based on the league rules. But we know he's not going to be playing. Bogdanovich and Miller are questionable. Minnesota, again, a clean injury report. The healthiest team in the league this year has been Minnesota. Another clean injury report for the Timberwolves. So we've got also the final game in the slot is the Rockets and Mavs. And here in the injury news here, we got Easton, Finney-Smith, VanVleet all out for Houston. Sengun is questionable. Keep an eye there. Irving, Lively out for Dallas. Gafford and Washington are questionable. We start with El Ninos.
Yeah, I was just looking at one prop real quick. It's a little bit juicy, but in the Kings Heat game, I don't mind Bam Adebayo get himself a double-double there. I'm seeing minus 130 there on him to get himself one. Just think it's a... he's been racking them up. So 9 of them on the season. Could be worth taking a shot here in this one. Clippers, T-Wolves is definitely in my survivor pick / favorite win both halves game here for the Wolves. But then again, not really trying to lay double digits with them either. So again, if I had to bet the spread, I'd take the points there. But I really like the Wolves to just win both halves there as my stronger play. And Rockets, Mavs there again. Both teams on the back-to-back, so keep an eye on these injury reports. Now Sengun did sit out yesterday, so it looks like he could be back for this one. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm getting enough points here with the Mavs. Again, could just take the Rockets to win both halves, but again, I just think it's a few too many points for me to be laying here. So I guess I would lean to the Mavs again if I had to take a spread.
Romel Ninos on over to Vegas L.
So the other two big time plus money props, I'm trying to go scoring points wise. James Harden, Anthony Edwards here. This is a fun matchup here. 35 points for James Harden is 4-1, and then 40 points is 4-1 for Ants. Won't even let me find James Harden 40 points. That's a good sign. I think he has a gigantic night here. This is a score fest as well in this one. I like the over 228 in that one as well. Big spread. I'll just stay away. I don't want to lay anything with Minnesota.
You said Harden over 40?
Yeah, I can't find it. Do you find that?
I'm seeing James Harden or Anthony Edwards. Either player's points scored over 40 is plus 273. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough. Plus 273.
The book I'm staring at right now has James Harden 35 at 4-1. So interesting.
I think you can get even better numbers if you pair them up with. These are props I haven't really bet. I'm seeing James Harden or Julius Randle. Either player points scored 40 plus 720. I don't know. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are half a unit little play, a quarter unit play, and you're all of a sudden up huge. But yeah, that's I like in that those the Nets game I was talking about, and then the Clippers T-Wolves. But to move on, the last game here, Rockets and Mavs. No, my bad. I don't like that game. So it's the Heat Kings. Laying it here with the Heat. Just don't like this is a veteran, to be nice. This is a veteran laden roster here on the Kings. I know the Heat want to get up and down and run. they're going to dictate the pace. Yeah, Hero might not play, whatever. I still think plenty of pieces on the Heat. I'll lay the 8 and 239. I don't see the Kings playing much defense. I can buy an over.
They're from Vegas, Al. All right, I'll tell you what I think here about these games from the NBA here for tonight. And we start here with this Heat and Sacramento game. We kind of look at Miami failing to cover 4 of 6, inconsistent shooting. They are in a back-to-back with third game in 4 nights, and they are a team that plays fast. So I always worry about these type of spots with fast-paced teams playing back-to-backs and third games and nights against a Kings team that have major rest advantage. They didn't play until Wednesday. So they've had, of course, that may be a good or bad thing because they've been off in Miami. So that's another thing I got to worry about. But I'll take the points with Sacramento, just the spot here with the major rest advantage. Clippers and T-Wolves, I can only lay it here with the T-Wolves. Yeah, there wasn't no bump with Paul leaving. Just one good performance and boom, pounded against Memphis. Give me Minnesota here. It is a back-to-back 3 games and 4 nights here for the Clippers. A lot of, as Rod would say, a lot of trips this deep in their road trip. We got a lot of hotel food, seed oil, the whole deal there. When you're on the road, you don't really have your good diet. Minnesota has the rest advantage here and, of course, the injury advantage because they've been pretty much a healthy team. Clippers on the road, it's the defense that's been terrible for the Clippers this year on the road, giving 49% shooting, 39% from 3. They're only making 33% of the threes. This was a really good defensive team last year, a really good three-point shooting team, and those have just hit the toilet right now for this Clippers team. I'll look at Minnesota here. And in Dallas and Houston Rockets, I'll take the over here. It is back-to-back 3 games and 4 nights for both teams. So I think the defense will slip a little bit. Speaking of slipping the defense, when Utah faced the Rockets in the final game of that back-to-back, their defense slipped. That's why they lost that game against Utah. The defense went really bad in that back end of a back-to-back. So I look for an over here with the Mavs and the Houston Rockets. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Schwarner Show. We'll continue on. We'll move on over to college basketball. At this time of the year, we just asked the cappers, just give us what you got. We'll get into the blocks once we get into late December, early January when we get through college football and we get into just conference play. So here we'll start with El Ninos. Just give us what you got.
Yeah, not too much today in college basketball. A couple good matchups on the board. Unfortunately, not again, as I said, not huge plays for me. Let's take a look at this Baylor-Memphis game. Here's one I kind of like. I like Baylor laying the small number there. Big edge on the glass. Definitely go after those offensive rebounds, so expect lots of second chances for them. They just have the much better offense, the better shooting numbers from deep, the free throw line. So I'll lay with Baylor there over Memphis.
Yeah, from El Nido, let's move on over to Vegas Al.
All right, just 1 second. Pulling up these games. So the Duke and Michigan State, the big-time matchup. Totals moved just 2 points. It was 139 up to 141. I'll take the over. I think these teams get up and down, and this is a tight contest. I could make a case for either side to win this game. Overtime prop is live. I mean, it would not surprise me at all to see this one come down to the wire. And again, we get an extra 5 minutes. So I like the over in that one. And then I'll go to the same type of strategy in Iowa State Purdue. The thing is, this one's moved drastically. It's up to 155.5 now. I saw it last night around 150, 151. At the end of the day, Braden Smith leading this Purdue team. They want to get up and down and run. They still got some solid bigs that can shoot the three. A Kaufman-Wren. I like Purdue's, Final Four, Elite Eight type team, and so is Iowa State, and they're averaging almost 85-something points a game. Both of these teams want to get up and down. Again, another over. Both of those have been moving to the over, so public agrees, but we can just sit back and eat some popcorn and watch both of those great games, watch some points, start the day off, then scroll down, skipped a bunch of these smaller games. A lot of action that I'm on in other sports, so, I try to get these main ones in. Not liking what I saw from Indiana the other night to lose outright like that against Minnesota, but I still want to grab the 4.5 points here against Louisville. I just, again, not high on Louisville either, and I think the public's going to be all like, oh, Indiana's not that good. Just lay it here with Louisville. And, Louisville's a top 10 team here. I'll take Indiana here to keep it close, plus the 4.5. If they don't get this one done, I might be done with them. But put it that way. There's a couple more. That Rutgers Michigan is getting out of hand. I know Rutgers is trash, but I mean 25 is getting ridiculous. That's all I got to say about that. I'm scrolling through a bunch of these. Sorry. Oregon UCLA, the +9 feels a little ridiculous. I get it. Oregon didn't look good against USC. I don't know. I just can't get it behind a UCLA team that struggles at times to get to 70 offensively. And I could see Oregon hanging in there +9. Feels like a lot of value there. And I think that's all I had, because those UC games I'm just staying away from. I'll stay away from those Big West games tonight, guys.
Stay away there from Alessandro there. Yeah, I'm going to piggyback with you here on this Oregon team to get it done. We saw UCLA almost choke in that Washington game. Clear lead, and then it got to a 2-point lead late. So I can only look here at Oregon here. Also, I'm gonna stab into this UC teams. Give me the over here with Hawaii and this unit, this Fullerton team that just plays crazy mad up and down. We saw Hawaii put up some points in recent games against North Dakota, put up 92, put up also 88 against Mississippi Valley State, but I don't think anyone's as bad as them. Maybe even Fullerton might be. I mean, Fullerton's defense are 287th in the Ken Palm, so they've been really bad, but they've been in some high-scoring games, 94-91 in their Big West opener. You thought we'd see some defense in their opener? No, we didn't see any defense. They combined for 185 points there in that game with Cal Poly. So this is a Fullerton team that is 300th in the nation in defensive efficiency, 301st in three-point defense, 305th in two-point defense. Can't rebound a lick on the offensive end. I'll take the over in that one there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Smorna Show. As we continue on, and we'll move on over to hockey for today. And of course, it is a Saturday, so you know what you get from the NHL. You get a ton of games here from the NHL here. We've got quite a few here on the board. So we'll start. We'll just cover today here. In the first block, we will cover the afternoon affairs and go all and include all the 7 Eastern games. So that'll be Colorado and the Rangers. It's the Avs $1.70 total sits here. I'm sorry, total 173 in that one. Also, we've got Columbus and Florida. Florida comes favored $1.68. The Devils and Boston here. It's the Devils here $1.30 in that one. Utah and Calgary. It is the Flames $1.25. Nashville and Carolina. There we've got Carolina $2.35. St. Louis and Ottawa. It's Ottawa favored $1.60. And then we've got Islanders Tampa Bay. It's Tampa Bay $1.85. And Montreal and Toronto. In this one, we've got Toronto $1.38. We started here with El Ninos.
Yeah, I'm take a couple dogs early. I'm gonna start off with Boston, probably my favorite one of this early block here, over the Devils. Just been playing the better hockey, I think, and getting some value on them at home there. Columbus and the Panthers. Again, Columbus coming in off a couple wins, and the Panthers can't seem to get out their own way right now on the 4-game losing streak. So I think the value is on Columbus in that one. Should be a pretty tough matchup, but again, just think that's where the value is right now. Rangers Avs. Avs, finally took a loss in their last one against the Islanders there in New York. Now facing the Rangers, a Rangers team that's starting to pick up their play a little bit. I almost thought I was going to go Avs -1 this one, but I think, again, I just would hate to talk anyone off that value on the Rangers, and think they're a live dog as well in this one. I'd be a little careful there stepping in front of the Avs, but again, if I had to bet that one, I'd just take a small shot on the value there with the Rangers. Flames and Mammoth. Yeah, Flames laying a very small number. I mean, they had a very ugly start to their season. But again, with the rest advantage there, as well as their home ice advantage, I'll take a shot on the Flames there to get it done over the Mammoth. Hurricanes, Predators, overpriced. And the Predators coming through there a couple games. I forget who it was shouting them out in the chat. Was it Weskers? Anyway, good on him if he followed them. No, I don't think it was. I can't remember. Anyways, bad memory. Sorry, guys. No offense, but good on you, whoever had the Predators in that last one. Maple Leafs starting to play some good hockey. Could be a letdown spot, but again, if I had to bet this one, I'm leaning Maple Leafs. And the Islanders coming off that big win I just mentioned. Lightning still dealing with some pretty significant injuries there. Probably just to stay away.
All right. Now we're to Vegas L.
I'll go right there. I was on the -1 there with the Lightning. Just don't like the travel spot for the Islanders. And then just a letdown spot, obviously a big-time win against Colorado. I think Lightning get themselves a win. The injury is a little concerning, but I think it's -1, Nino. So I think it was -125. Not bad value there. And then, yes, I like the Rangers here. I said it that I thought the Islanders would lose against the Avalanche, and then it set up a nice little spot. But I still think the Rangers still get it done here. +145, a little bit of value on that. Avalanche can't wait to get out of New York. Having to eat that hotel food. They get right on back to Colorado. That's all I got to say. I think the Rangers have a nice little Saturday win. Start my day off nice. I love the Rangers today. So that's one. And then I stayed away from the Blue Jackets, but I was looking Blue Jackets as well, and I'm not mad at anybody going a little two-teamer there, Rangers, Blue Jackets, to start your day off there. And then my phone here messed these games up. It's been acting funky. 1 second. I'm trying to pull up these games.
Boston Devils, Flames, Mammoth, Hurricanes, Predators.
I already talked Islands Lightning. Actually, I think that was it because, I don't really want to touch that Mammoth Flames game. Flames have actually been cashing a little bit recently. Mammoth here on this back-to-back. We called it. That's all I got to say last night with them. So sorry for anybody trying to do the Canuck dance. Didn't work out. But I'll stay away. I'm not going to sit here and try to go right back to the Mammoth. That's getting a little greedy. That's how I feel about that game.
There we go here from Vegas L. Let's close out the NHL with these final games here, later night games here. We've got here the Blackhawks at Kings. Kings trying to get right here. You're going to be laying $2 again, about 215, total 5.5. Jets at Oilers. Oilers 205, total 6.5. We've got Minnesota and Vancouver here. We've got the Minnesota here on the road here, laying $1.42, total 6. And of course, Detroit at the Kraken. Red Wings $1.28, total 6 over to El Ninos.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna start off, I guess, with my favorite pick, and honestly, this one was halfway to being a premium. Probably will end up being one. Again, might be pushing our luck here after they pulled it off in the last meeting, but I got to get right back on the Blackhawks here again, at least on the puck line. I think you take way too much value away, though. I mean, puck line is also a great parlay piece. Probably we'll see. It will come back to it there at the end of the show. But I think there's way too much value on the Blackhawks here to pass up. I'll definitely be taking them on the money line as well. Kings team that's healthy there at home. Had a great start their season, but I just think they're just way overvalued now. So take the Blackhawks there, who still have some young talent and can. They did it last time, and I think they can do it again. So I'll take another shot on the Blackhawks there. Jets getting all that value again, but again, tough matchup here. Just double checking one thing on this matchup, and it's Oilers way overpriced, but again, I'd probably have to look at Oilers -1 there with the rest and home ice advantage. But again, I can't really blame anyone wanting to take a shot on the Jets either. I think the Oilers are overpriced in this one. Red Wings, Kraken. I'm going to take a small shot here on the Red Wings. Again, not my strongest play of the night, but the Kraken coming in on a 4-game losing streak. Are they going to lose all their games? Absolutely not. Can they win this one? Yes, they are definitely live there at home, but small lean to the Red Wings to get the job done there on the road.
There you go. From us over to Vegas L.
Yeah, I'm actually on the Blackhawks there with you. Not to just, sound the same here, but, I was on this last night. If you guys watched the Look Ahead show, I was talking about the trend of how the Kings, it's well known how the Kings play at home. 3-6-3 this year out the gate at home. And then you look at what they do on the road, 9-2-3. I don't know. I can't back the Kings at this price as well at home. I'll take the value with the Blackhawks there. They've been scoring tons of goals as well. Bedard props are live. Bertuzzi props are live. So those Blackhawks, making tons of money for us right now. Staying away from Jets Oilers and then staying away from Reds Kraken. The game I like here is, going right back to fading the Canucks here. I like the Wild. At the end of the day, the Wild have been cashing me out this year. Kirill Kaprizov props are live. This guy's scoring many goals this year. And then Matt Boldy as well. He might sneak a goal in here. Plenty of offense from the Wild side. We saw that 1-0 win there against the Oilers. Getting good goalkeeping as well. Both of the goalkeepers save percentages around the 90 or over 90%. I'll take the Wild here. Minus 135 is a little cheap.
There we go here from Alessandro. All right, let's continue here on the Tony 6 Morning Show, as it's now time for our parlay peripheral segment, or maybe we'll go right to the fight. This is the pay-per-view. Let's go right to the fight picks. I don't know, Al follows UFC or El Ninos, but we'll know. Do you, El Ninos?
Not as much as I used to. No, definitely not. We'll let Vegas Al deal with this card.
Vegas Al ready
to be more ready
it.
For the next one if you put me on the spot again.
All right, move on over to Vegas Al. What do you got for the pay-per-view fight night, last pay-per-view of the year?
So I got a tons on the site, guys. I got a couple of these even fights, like the Vittori and Ferreira's on the site. Go scoop that up. The Moreno and Taira fight, the Tatsuro Taira. Check that fight out. I have that on the site, but I'll give you guys some dogs, like good plus money plays. Henry Cejudo's getting slept on. I know it sounds crazy, but this is his retirement fight, and you can't deny it. He looked in pretty solid shape, thick for this weight class, and this is Olympic level wrestling that Talbot's going to have to deal with. And we saw Talbot struggle with the Heoni Barcelos, and I wasn't even working for Tony's Picks at the time, but he was a plus 900 underdog there against Talbot and cashed us out using the wrestling. And I'm pretty sure Henry Cejudo has a lot better wrestling than Heoni Barcelos. This is, again, a two-time champ, triple cringe. You can call him all you want, but I think he's a triple cash, almost plus 200 here with Henry Cejudo. I like that a lot. The Karine Silva Macy Barber fight, just not in love with Macy Barber. I know the 6-5 win streak, I could say it's very fraudulent. Some questionable decisions there. Since those two losses she took, and again, knee injury, many reasons to not want to lay minus 190, minus 200 with Macy Barber in a fight that I think is going to be a pick'em type price. It should be, a pick'em type price. And we got plus 160 with Karine Silva, a chick who's probably going to have the flashier moments in this fight to impress the judges. More power in her hands, just as well of, if not better, grappler. 4 or 5 submissions on her UFC record already. Give me Karine Silva here, plus 160. Again, those are two dogs. If you want to get crazy, I can make a case for Edson Barboza against a way younger Jalen Turner, who's obviously the longer fighter. But if you look at it, 77-inch versus a 75-inch reach. Barboza, tons of skill on the feet. Common opponent is Dan Hooker. And again, Barboza beat a fresher, younger, more in prime Dan Hooker. We saw Turner, struggle with the Hooker that's seen better days. Let's just put it nicely. Lost that fight. Jalen Turner lost that fight to Dan Hooker. So that's a big red flag to me. I'm no way want to lay minus 200 something with Jalen Turner. So I got the dog there. And then I'll just get to the main event. That one, I think Peter Yan's live. The plus 340 price. I think this will be a lot closer than the 50-45 domination it was. So yes, tons of value on Peter Yan. Let's say you want to kind of get out of the hedge it a little bit. I like a Merab over 115 significant strikes, and I like a Peter Yan over 70 significant strikes. Just simply betting that fight goes the distance, and they scrap at the end of the day. I think Yan makes this a way tougher fight than it was last time. 11 takedowns from Merab. If he gets that again, he's clearly going to win.
They're from
I got
Vegas.
one actually, Tony.
You do? All right.
There you go.
Drop the house on this one. It's just kind of shot in the dark here. I'll go, and I would love to know Al's thoughts on this one. Bogdan Guskov there over Jan Blachowicz.
Okay. So you
About
like Gustav,
even
right?
money, right? Yeah, Guskov, yeah.
He's the
9 years
trended.
younger.
The trend is his way right now. He's a little bit more active. Blachowicz just lost to the best of the best. These 3 losses that he's coming off of, but he's getting up there in age. This guy, he looks like a hitman. They call him the hitman. Bogdan Guskov here. Check this guy out. I think he is live minus 105. I was looking that way. But the experience there with Blachowicz, that's a tough one. That's a very tough one. That one's live, though. I think that one doesn't go the distance. What do you have that in front of you there? Not the distance.
Let me take a peek.
Because I can see Guskov gassing late, and Blachowicz gets a sub. Blachowicz is going to try to kick that front leg. Guskov is, the probably the better athlete at this point of Blachowicz's career. So
seen over 2.5. Sorry. Fight goes to decision, plus 149. Yeah.
So yes, on the decision is plus 145. Yeah, that's all you need to know.
There we go.
They don't expect that one going to the judges.
Oh, you said you like the no on that or the yes?
Yeah, I like the no.
Okay, yeah, so that's minus 183, but the under 2.5 is minus 129. So
under 2.5 minus 129 official play. I like that.
There we go here from Vegas Al. All right, we got you through our sports coverage. Now it's time for our parlay purple segment where our Cowboys give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call here. We get to start here with the El Ninos.
I'll start off with that Bam Adebayo double-double. Follow that up with the Blackhawks. You can take them on the puck line if you're going parlay there. And I will wrap it up with the Wizards.
Here from El Ninos on over to Vegas Al.
Parlay. I will go Bruins in hockey. Bucks plus the 12.5. And the over 142 now in Michigan State Duke college basketball 3-teamer.
3-teamer there from Vegas Al. All right, tell you what I like here. I'm going to go ahead and lay it here with Texas Tech. I like also Ohio State, and I'll take here the ACC's representative Virginia in this one. They cover the line here. They can't be close. ACC minus the 4, and that's, of course, where in the ACC is today. Virginia. All right, we got you through that segment. Now it's time to see what our Cowboys have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Head to a big weekend of action, conference tournaments, college hoops, NBA, NHL. Tomorrow the NFL gets back into action. Of course, you guys can check out Tony's Picks for our best bets and more over there on the site. Check it out. You can see all of our cappers art documented, showing the top performers, of course, in each of our leagues and all as well, even more. Of course, we see Vegas, we see El Ninos. Been red hot in NFL for the year. El Ninos, what do you have for sale today over at Tony's Picks?
I do have my game of the week in the NFL if you want to check that out early, which I suggest you do. I've been saying this all week, but yeah, still bettable there. Although it is slightly moving, but again, still very bettable. Today, so far, just got my power play there in the NHL. If you want to check that out, definitely eyeing at least one game in the NBA that I really like. Again, the number that's slightly moving, but should be up there soon enough. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. But again, your best way to go, always one of those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes. Pair me up with your favorite capper and get all those Steam plays emailed right to you.
That's right, guys. Get on board with El Ninos over at Tony's Picks. You see the great results from El Ninos NFL. Also, top of the 7-day leaderboard. And, of course, one-day passes up there from El Ninos. Long-term subscriptions, maybe that 3-day pass with a big weekend on Monday night. Get on board with El. And remember, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. Get on board with El Ninos right now over at Tony's Picks. Top of the 7-day leaderboard, as we said. We get top of the leaderboard. Alessandro coming in here with a big day yesterday as well. Alessandro, what do you have for sale today over at Tony's Picks?
I have a lot. I have tons of UFC. I kind of mentioned some of them earlier. Go check that out on the site. I have obviously all these conference football championship games here on Saturday. I have an NBA, college basketball. I'll have a hockey. just about every sport will be covered. 1 to 2 plays per sport. Try to zero in on the games that, the value is there. That's really all I can do day in, day out. We got Rod Zawacki here on the bottom. He is having it. Look at the college basketball year he's having, I guess. But I'm having a pretty solid year in the NFL. We do have that tomorrow. This is the weekend, again, to hop on a 7-day, though. You get all of the value, all of the picks here. Because there's some there in packs that are, not even released. Yeah, look at the NFL, almost 9 units up. Not bad. Trying to improve on that. But yes, long-term, try to get these long-term packages, a 30-day, even the year package, way better value. Again, we can make that money up in a month. So again, hop on, sign on board. 2-for-1 capper promotion as well. You get 2 of us for the price of 1. And then the Tony T discount, 15% off. Nothing else really to say. Hop on board.
That's right, yeah, boy. Alessandro over at Tony. You see the great results here from Alessandro here NFL, but top leaderboard yesterday with a big day. Barking Dogs and more up on the board. Best bets, 1 day plays up here for you right now. Packages, profit guaranteed up there as well. Of course, long-term subscriptions that are buying these plays individually, packages individually, get the 3-day pass, get you covered here through Monday. Very affordable. In fact, use that Tony T promo code, takes another $15 off this $99. So that's a great value right now with Alessandro, especially with all this action on this big weekend of football, fighting, and basketball and hockey and more. So get on board with Alessandro over at Tony's Picks and get signed up. Remember, all of our member plays are by 11 a.m. Eastern time, and our cappers can find late plays as well with late steam, and props are also included. No extra charge when you purchase the long-term subscription. So get on board there with Alessandro over at Tony's Picks. All right, guys, up on the board right now. I have a best bet on the board. Also, more plays from college football for you. So get on board with me and use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save yourself that 15% off here if you would. All right, guys, with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Matter of fact, if you happen to miss any of our shows, just head on over to YouTube. You land on YouTube, and of course, what you can do is just go ahead and type in Tony's Picks, and you'll find our YouTube channel. And our YouTube channel is rocking with all types of content right now. It is just a content full right now. I mean, I've never been as much content you're going to see on it. I don't any other sports handicaps. I don't think you're going to see as many free pick videos as we have. It's insane how much we have up there right now. Especially tip of the cap to all of our cappers who are contributing mightily to this to all of our to the channel. We're producing content. You can see here latest videos here. Actually, when you land on the homepage, you'll be able to see our live shows here. Of course, our compilation videos. Chris comes in with his hit list today here for you. So that's ready to roll. Got NBA going up right now. My NFL, my NBA, college football's up already for you. Got that up early. The props are in here. Alessandro coming with some props for you. We're ready to roll here with UFC props and more. So our props playlist is packed right now with content. So check that out if you would. Of course, Chris's props are in there as well. NFL's completed. College football's up for you. NBA is getting up there as well as we speak. So lots of great content up there. College basketball. We got Ramon coming in with some college hoops today. That's up on the board. Alessandro with some college basketball. A complete compilation video from Alessandro there. A lot of great content there with Alessandro. So get on board here. Check us out. And the fight picks are up there with Alessandro. Got the UFC in there for you today. A complete compilation, some UFC props, NHL props, and more coming up there over on the channel. You can see the UFC is populated as well with lots of content from Alessandro. Even Mills coming in with some UFC. So we are locked and loaded here with a lot of great content here on the channel. Shorts as well. It's just more and more content being uploaded as we speak. We're not even done with our uploads for today. So check it out, guys. Tons of video free picks. And of course, Al Ninos, we got you here on the mornings. We also see contributions from you as well on the channel.
Yeah, it's definitely been more morning shows lately, but yeah, keep an eye out for those dogs and those shorts. So they should be popping in and out. But as you can see, yeah, tons of content as Tony was mentioning. So make sure you go check it out.
Yeah, check it out, guys. A lot of great content up there. Of course, Alessandro, you got that look ahead going up as well as we speak. A lot of great content there with the look ahead show up on every day here on the channel at midnight Eastern time, 9 p.m. Pacific. So you give them a first look here at all the games that are breaking and try and get ahead of those numbers.
Yes, absolutely. Real quick, guys, like and subscribe, man. On the way to 100K here on a mission for 100,000 subscribers. The more people like and the more people subscribe and helps. We thank all you guys here watching. But yes, tune into the Look Ahead show again, 9 p.m. on the West Coast, 12 p.m. East Coast. We try to get ahead of all the action, give you guys some props, excuse me, full game. But check it out every day.
That's right, guys. Check it out every day. Look ahead here at midnight Eastern. Get ahead of the line moves with Alessandro here every day here at midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific. Okay, guys, hit the live tabs. You'll see our live shows here with the morning show. Night moves with Ramon, 3 a.m. Eastern time. He's ready to roll here. Alessandro's Look Ahead. We've got the happy hour during the week. Also, every day, the daily dangle here and a hockey play. Rod said he'll do it on the weekend, so you're going to get Ron in with Steve Duncan here, as he knows NHL very well. Brought Steve back here because we got a lot of props from Steve. He's very good at NHL props. We said, come back when we have the props done. He's back, so he's ready to roll here with the props. So he's set to go here on our live show. So lots of great live shows. More coming here on the channel. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. It's greatly appreciated there because we've got a ton of content for you guys over at Tony Speaks YouTube channel. Check it out. All right, guys. With you here, as we said, every day, 9:30 a.m. each time. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. It's greatly appreciated, if you will. All right. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat for their contributions. Get the final contents in there. Thanks, Andrew, Scripto, CalDog. Good luck tomorrow. Hopefully you'll have that play. I kind of have a feeling I know what it's going to be because I saw yesterday that you had the 49ers available. So I would think. I don't want to say because I don't want to jinx. Let's talk about tomorrow. I don't want to jinx it. Talk about tomorrow. All right. We'll talk about tomorrow. I don't want to jinx it. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it, CalDog. I don't want to jinx it. So we'll talk tomorrow. All right. That's it here for the show. We're back again. Any closing thoughts for anybody before we close it out?
Yeah, don't take the Raiders for your survivor pick.
There you go. That'll do it, guys. Goodbye, guys. You guys make it a win when we're back tomorrow here on the Tony 6 Morning Show.